Hello, Morello Park Eagles. I am so excited to be reading from the book Addison Adley and the Things That Aren't There. Chapter 14. Let's go. Everyone gasped as Tiffany flew out the room with the disgusting junk dripping from her mouth. Miss Steen ran after her but came back to the class in a couple of seconds. Mrs. Wilson had taken Tiffany to get cleaned up, she said. Let's all try to settle down and hear the end of the speech. We're sorry for the interruption, Addison. No problem, I said. Heck, it was great. I'd have to thank the lamp after school for throwing up. I guess she was telling the truth. I really did make her sick. Miss Steen had said that we could use props to make our speech better. I couldn't think of a better prop than that. Page 70. Besides, it had given me a few extra seconds to think. My brain kicked in at last. Without Tiffany in the room, those lines decided to come back from vacation. Black holes, wormholes, atoms, and ghosts. With an open mind, you can see the most. I bowed. The class clapped. Real clapping this time, not the polite stuff. Miss Steen looked at her watch. It's a few seconds short, but I guess that's understandable since you were probably thrown off by Tiffany. Like I said before, I like Miss Steen. I wouldn't go so far as to say that I liked Tiffany, but she'd sure come in handy today. I couldn't have timed her green face any better if I had tried myself, which of course I wouldn't have. After Miss Steen recorded her marks, we all voted for our favorite speech. I voted for Becky. Miss Steen counted up the votes. We all held our breath. I thought for sure that Becky would win because everyone felt so sorry for her. As long as it wasn't Tiffany, I didn't really care. Miss Steen looked surprised. This year's contest was close, she said. But we have a winner. I have to admit that it was a strange but interesting speech. The favorite speech trophy goes to Addison Adley for The Things That Aren't There, she announced with a half a smile. She probably didn't want to look too happy for me, even though she was. I couldn't believe that I had actually won. As I said before, sometimes a big mouth is handy, as big as a brain. I accepted the trophy from Miss Steen and took a big bow. The trophy was a cup with two handles and a plaque. I would have preferred a gold medal or something I could sell later on, but winners can't be choosy. I don't like to brag, but maybe I really did deserve the trophy. Miss Steen had said that the speech had to be entertaining, and boy, had I been entertaining. Well, at least my special effects had been. I guess everybody had enjoyed watching Tiffany throw up. It sure beat listening to the history of industrialization or learning how to be polite. I guess Tiffany had learned something from her own speech, though. After all, she had tried to excuse herself politely before she got sick. I was just about to take another bow when Mrs. Wilson stormed into the class. She practically ran right at me. What did you put into that punch? She yelled. The punch? Mom's prize-winning punch? What did that have to do with anything? Then I remembered the stream of stuff coming out of Tiffany's mouth. She must have been drinking it. That would explain the mud-brown color she had spit out. What I couldn't understand was why it would have made her sick. It was Mom's prize-winning punch. Everybody liked it. Answer me, the lamp's mother continued to yell. I didn't know why she was so upset. If her daughter hadn't been so greedy, none of this would have happened. I followed a recipe, I explained. At this point, I didn't want to tell her it was Mom's recipe. I had the feeling Mrs. Wilson wasn't too impressed by the punch. I fumbled around in my pocket. Here, see for yourself, I said, handing her a crumpled piece of paper with some used gum on it. I pulled off the gum to save it for later. Miss Steen took the recipe from the lamp's mother. She smoothed it out and read the list of ingredients and instructions. "Are you sure you followed the recipe exactly, Addison?" she asked. "Yeah, I multiplied everything by 3 to get enough for the class," I said proudly. "I didn't even use my calculator." Miss Steen read the list back to me. 1 cup organic grape juice times 3 equals 3 cups. 2 cups organic cranberry juice times 3 equals 6 cups. 1 cup organic orange juice times 3 equals 3 cups. 2 cups organic iced tea times 3 equals 6 cups. 3 teaspoons of organic honey times 3 equals 9 teaspoons. 2 teaspoons of organic flaxseed oil times 3 equals 6 teaspoons. A half a cup of organic soy milk times 3 equals 3.5 cups. 3.5 cups? Miss Steen asked. "That's wrong, Addison. 1/2 cup times 3 is 3 half cups, or 1.5 cups. It's not 3.5 cups. You put in far too much soy milk." Did I mention that I can't multiply very well? Especially fractions. Sometimes those pesky numbers just get mixed up. Like I said before, fractions sometimes have a disgusting way of catching up to you. I couldn't think of anything more disgusting than what had come out of Tiffany's mouth. Miss Steen was frowning. "That doesn't explain why the punch was so dark or why it would make Tiffany sick," she said. "You had way too much soy milk, but Tiffany's not allergic to soy products. No one in the class is." "But I didn't have too much soy milk," I said with a smile. "If there's one thing I'm good at, it's switching things around. I hadn't been able to find any soy milk at the corner grocery store, so I found something just like it instead. Well, maybe not just like it, but close." "Don't worry about the soy milk," I explained. "I didn't put any in. I substituted that other stuff, soy stuff, instead." I was proud of myself. "What other stuff?" Miss Steen asked slowly. "You know, the stuff we put on Chinese food. Soy sauce, milk sauce. What's the difference?" They were both made of soy. Mrs. Wilson looked like she was going to strangle me. Her eyes bulged out of her head even more than Tiffany's. "You mean to say that you put 3.5 cups of soy sauce in that punch? No wonder why my baby got sick." I didn't see what the big deal was. Tiffany came back into the classroom. She didn't look sick anymore, except for the brown stuff on her shirt. Her face was shiny and red, just the way it always was. She looked like she was going to kill me. I coughed politely, the way Tiffany had taught us. Aren't you forgetting something?" I pointed out. "When did Tiffany get a chance to drink my punch? She must have been the one who broke into the party room at recess. The proof is on her shirt. And in her stomach," I added to myself. "Or at least it had been." I grinned. Sweet. Success was sweet. Mrs. Wilson had been right about one thing. Look for the evidence. It will show up. It always does. And that's the end of chapter 14.